Okay, hi. Sorry. This is Toxic Dynamic uh, Part 2 and fiending an emergency. Okay? So, toxic individuals will actually fiend an emergency and they might even have one. Okay? That's okay. Um, what they do with that is they will use a health problem or a made up situation or not made up, right? Sometimes the situation they even caused to get this way. They'll use it and then call you and make it this big, right? And they'll guilt you into helping them. They can have other rides, they can have other means to get to their appointments or deal with a situation. And then what'll happen is that they want you to do it. The only reason they want you to do it to get their foot in the door. Once they get the foot in the door, you're showing them, oh, I do care. I do care. You know, you don't have to prove you care. You can care about anybody from a distance and never speak to them. Um, to be honest with you, your best your best bet, okay? If they have um, an emergency, is if they have rides, which they do, okay, tell them that you cannot do it and that you wish them well. I recommend not even knowing about it because if you don't have them blocked, then you're going to know about it. If you have them blocked, well, then they have to take the rides that are given to them, right? Um, does that sound cold? Yeah, maybe, but it's not. You have to protect your peace, okay? Protecting your peace means not letting toxic people enter back in on the doors you've closed. It's very important that you care about yourself enough to keep those narcissistic people, those toxic parasites, out of your life. They're predators. They only seek to destroy you, okay? And, if you're like me, I'm an empath, but towards a narcissist, I'm a dark empath. Nothing to give you. No. See, they can only hurt you so long before you either rise up or fall. I like to rise up to the occasion. And the way I do that is live my best life, have my best relationship, and ignore the shit right out of them or just not give them as much as I used to. Like, I'm not going to be evil. I mean, if they pass me by, oh, yeah, hey, whatever. And that's it, because that's the kind of human I am. I don't have to make loud noises, honk the horns, yell in public like a crazy person because I have emotional control. Okay? I could be mad as hell, and very rarely am I going to go scream out and honk a horn that I'm hugely mad. People that have issues do that, right? I have issues, but those aren't it. I've learned through time that that's not how adults behave. Not shy of medicine. Anyways, so yeah, don't. So I'll give you an example because this might sound a little jumbled. My ex had cancer, and he finished all his chemo. Everything's good. He's fine. And suddenly he's fiending for a ride, right? And making a huge story out of something that was very little. I'm going to surgery. Well, it's an in and out thing. No, it's not. You don't know. I did know. And I don't have a ride. You have medical van. I'm not waiting for them. Then that if they say that, then that is their problem. That's not your that's not a you problem. That is a their problem. If they don't want to take the medical ride given to them that their Medicaid covers or insurance covers, then that is on them. That has you do not hold the keys to their livelihood. It's not your business, and vice versa. They don't. You don't have to tell them anything about your life. You know, none. Um, the only thing you owe them is a good kick in the ass and kick rocks and keep going. You know, especially if you're in a new relationship. The new person does not deserve that at all. Like, I have a new person, and he's everything. He was my best friend for like 10 years, and confusion set in. But then once I got divorced, well, it wasn't even a divorce. The judge, because my ex would not move out, and I'm very grateful that took place. He wouldn't move out the female that he was sleeping in the same bed with for me to move in. And I'm very glad. See, God was with me on that, and I'm so happy because I got the husband I want and need and love. I mean, like, we have a great relationship. So it all worked out, and he's still with that girl. The judge said that it was not even he didn't annul it because he didn't. It was an invalid, not an acceptable marriage, invalid marriage. So nobody had to pay anything. He just wrote, "This is an invalid marriage." When you get married, you have to move in and live, consummate your house and live like married people. If you don't, it's called invalid. And he had another female. He had a female living with him. So that was invalid. So I specifically asked him, well, what does that mean? He goes, it's going to be as if you never got married. So technically, I never got married to him. And so that was good. So that day, because it was invalid, I went out. We got our marriage license to the man I'm supposed to be married to. And they accepted it. And the next day we got married. And it was April 19th. So we were very, very happy about that. And see, God will remove people from your life to put the right ones in, right? Okay. So if they fiend that they have an emergency, I would be skeptical. I wouldn't even be available. My best advice is don't be available to any toxic people. Okay, it's not worth your time. It's going to affect you mentally and emotionally, and it could very well ruin the relationship that is good for you. Okay? If you're in a relationship that makes you smile, that you have more happy times than bad times, then that's a good, healthy relationship. If you're in a relationship where that person is a demon and screams all the time, throwing things like a maniac, calls you names, lies to you, cheats on you, does druids, and just acts like a lunatic most of the time, or disrespects you, that's toxic. You need to leave. He doesn't deserve, nor do any toxic people deserve to be in a relationship, to be honest, because they're evil. They need to fix themselves, okay? They need to go get help. They don't respect anybody. They don't deserve a relationship. They do deserve to be alone. Absolutely. Anyways, I hope this helped. Bye.